Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, and thank you for tuning back into St. Andrew TV, a cure for your Monday blues. I am, of course, your host, Andrew, and today we're going to do another installment of Wild West Hat Spotlight. And as you can tell by my headwear, we're going to do the Boss of the Plains. So strap in, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this iconic hat.
No one on the corner has swagger like us. Hit me on my burner prepaid wireless. We pack and deliver like UPS trucks. Already gonna hell, just pumping that gas. All I wanna do is and ching and take your money. All I wanna do is and ching and take your money.
The Boss of the Plains hat was invented in 1865 by Philadelphia native John B. Stetson. A simple and yet effective design, the Boss of the Plains hat came with an open crown and a flat brim and was very popular amongst the Westerner. It kept its functionality as well as being a very stylish headpiece. The hat was made out of miscellaneous fur, including beaver and rabbit and then other small fur-yielding animals, which was perfect because it was structurally sound and it protected you from the hazards and the elements from anything on the frontier, making it extremely durable. Now, the story of where Stetson got the idea for this hat comes in 1849. While he was on a hunting trip with a couple of his associates near Colorado Springs, Stetson would collect numerous beaver pelts over the next couple weeks and craft himself a large-crowned and wide-brimmed hat that he actually designed to keep him protected from the elements that the West had to throw at him. At first, his fellow hunters were not too impressed and even poked fun at Stetson for his outlandish headwear. That is until a stranger rode up and offered Stetson $5 to purchase the hat that was sitting on his very head. Stetson obliged and sold the hat to the stranger that rode up that one fateful day. Stetson would continue to collect pelts and roam around the West crafting hats for anybody willing to buy them, which also sparked a business opportunity. It is important to note that his father was also a hatter, so when he made it back to Philadelphia after the hunting trip, he started working on designs for the next great frontiersman's hat. A little bit of inspiration came from the wide-brimmed sombrero that was popular in the American Southwest during the time. And he kept tinkering with this design until in 1865, the Boss of the Plains hat was born. And the rest is just history. Now, what I am wearing on my head is my Boss of the Plains hat. Whoa. How's my hair look? I don't know. I can't see it. This is my Boss of the Plains hat. It has the 4.5-inch open crown and the 4-inch brim. Now, I might add that I did see one of the books or catalogs that sold the Boss of the Plains hat, and I do believe they came with a raw edge. At least that one in the book that they were selling did. This one actually comes with a binded edge. Like I said, 4.5-inch open crown and a 4-inch brim. You can see where this be very beneficial if you are out west, protect you from all the elements, and, like I said, a very stylish piece. And obviously, as you can see, the 1.5-inch gross grain ribbon. Now, it is important to note that a lot of the pictures you see from back in that time were of Boss of the Plains hats. It just might not be recognizable because with how cheap they were and how widespread they were, you probably weren't going to spend a whole bunch of money getting a custom hat built. So different areas might have different looks to the Boss of the Plains hat. Maybe if you picked your hat up by the crown, every time you put it on your head, it would start to develop a crease. Or maybe if you picked it up a certain way on the brim, it would start bending the brim in a certain fashion. That's why when you see a lot of these hats in these old photos, if they're wide-brimmed and have an open crown or something that might have been altered from an open crown, they're probably a Boss of the Plains hat that were modified by the owner of the hat, which makes it super interesting because hat customization has been widespread across the United States as of late, But back then, you were probably just buying a stock hat and doing it yourself. Mine has not been modded in any certain way. It still has the open crown and the flat brim. But that is the story of the Boss the Plains hat, one of the most iconic hats of the American frontier. And I appreciate you guys for coming along today for the second installment of Wild West Hat Spotlight. And our darling today was the Boss the Plains hat. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, or leave me a comment telling me which hat I should do next, or what video I should do next. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed as of late. But for those of you who have come across this video and you have yet to hit that subscribe button, think about doing so, because you're a daisy if you do.